All right, we're going to do a couple problems that are pretty interesting, dealing with Sub-Saharan Africa and playing with percents and proportions. So Sub-Saharan Africa, which we will designate as SSA, is home to nearly 10% of the world's population, and an estimated 25 million people in this region have HIV. First problem, let's estimate the population of Sub-Saharan Africa from the world population discussed earlier in the packet. We are going to use, for the case of this class, 7.3 billion people in the world. Okay, so if the question is estimate the population of Sub-Saharan Africa, knowing they have 10% of the world's population. Well, remember, percent always goes over 100. So now we're thinking part to whole. Well, the part is Sub-Saharan Africa and the whole is the world. So the world is 7.3 billion. Sub-Saharan Africa, we don't know. Cross multiply and divide, and we just found out that the population of Sub-Saharan Africa is 0.73 billion. Well, if you don't want the 0.73 billion, think about this. Billion has 9 zeros. If I want to go down to million, which has 6 zeros, I simply move this over 3 places. This is the same as 730 million people. And if you need to see that more clearly, shoot me an email. I'll send you a separate video. Okay, so 730 million people live in Sub-Saharan Africa. So let's go to part 2. There are 35 million people in the world with HIV. What percentage of those live in Sub-Saharan Africa? So now the question is, what percent? Well, percent goes over 100. Again, we're comparing Sub-Saharan Africa to the world. Well, the world has 35 million people with HIV. So Sub-Saharan, oh crap. Nope, I have a number for that. My bad. If you recall, it says right here, estimated 25 million people in the region. I was like, 25. There we go. Again, we cross multiply and divide. Sub-Saharan, the percentage of those with HIV that live in Sub-Saharan Africa, 71.4%. So if we would line up 100 people, percent is out of 100, if we would line up 100 people that have HIV, 71 of them would be from Sub-Saharan Africa. The other 29 are from everywhere else in the world. So this one portion of the world has 71% of the HIV people infected with HIV. Let's go to part C. What percent, I'll just start with X over, I haven't even read the rest of the problem yet, X over 100. What percent of the population has HIV? Well, I know the whole population is 730 million, and I know 25 million of them have HIV. So I cross multiply, and the answer is 3.4%. So now we're just in Sub-Saharan Africa. If you put 100 people in line that are all from Sub-Saharan Africa, 100 people, between 3 and 4 of them will be infected with HIV. Right? I'm related to more than 100 people. So to think about my relation, not even everybody, just a portion of them, and having 3 to 4 of them infected with HIV is a very, to me, it's a very high rate. That is crazy. Letter D. This is a sad statement here. In 1993, which again is a bit while ago, 14 years ago, but still, the median age of death in Sub-Saharan Africa was under 5 years of age. So, if we talk about everybody who died in 1993, median is directly in the middle. These are all the people that died. 5 is the median. It says under 5, actually. So, 50th percentile. What does it mean? It means half of the people who died in 1993 were under 5 years old. So, if 10,000 people died that year, 5,000 of them were kids under the age of 5, right? That is sad. People who never, kids who never got a chance to grow up. So median is our 50th percentile. So half of the people who died in Sub-Saharan Africa in 1993 were under 5 years old. Now, once children lived past the age of 5, their life expectancy went up significantly. You think that they got an immune system maybe a little bit better. They could take care of themselves. They could maybe go, I know 5 is hard, but 5 years old, they could maybe go find water. There are different things that happen. It's a world that I have no knowledge of. I will admit that entirely. But we know that from 0 to 5, right, lots of these kids died. And then after that, they died at a much less, a slower rate. And therefore, we would say age at death in Sub-Saharan Africa in 1993 is skewed right, because the majority, well, half of their deaths were between 0 and 5. The rest were spread out between 5 and 105, which is just crazy. So some interesting ways to think about all of descriptive statistics there with a problem in Sub-Saharan Africa.